Okay, so we have mapped our ISO. Let's move on to the next step. Now next step is through some commands we need to first check the RPMs or the updates which are there in our ISO, and then we need to stage, means we need to make those updates ready for the update, and then we are actually doing the actual update. Okay, so we need to run the following commands one after each other through our vCenter CLI session. Okay, so the command one will be shell. So I'm coming back to my DC system, and then ESX host, I think it has been logged out due to inactivity, so we'll re-log in with root credentials. I think it is taking time. Let's take a fresh one. Okay, so we have logged in. Okay, I will go to the home and I will go to my VMware vCenter server virtual machines console. Okay, so this is the console. Click on it and you can see this is auto logout. So what we will do is we will again re-log in it. Okay, so first command is shell. So shell access is granted to the root. Let's move on to the next step. Now second command is we need to create one directory called ISO inside our MNT. Now why we need to do that? Because we need to mount this ISO content on that particular directory. Now unlike your Windows systems where you can directly access your CD-ROM through Windows Explorer, in Linux based systems we need to mount it through a particular directory. Okay, then only we can access the content of our ISO. So what I'm doing is first I'm creating one simple directory inside the MNT called ISO. Okay, so I will go back here. And I will say mkdir space -p space mnt ISO. Okay, it will not give you any confirmation as such, but it has created this particular directory in the background. Now next one is, in the next command we need to list down our CD-ROM devices, that how many CD-ROM devices have been mapped to this particular vCenter server VM. Whether the CD-ROM, forget about the content, whether the CD-ROM itself is present or not. Okay, so for that confirmation this particular command is there, ls then -l and then dev CD-ROM. Okay, so I'm coming back here, ls -l /dev/ CD-ROM. Okay, and now you can see over here there is one device, okay, under the root dev CD-ROM. Okay, so this is fine. Let's move on to the next command. Now next command is we need to mount our CD-ROM to our /mnt/iso directory which we have created in the command 2. Okay, so this is the command mount dev CD-ROM mnt iso. Okay, so this is the normal warning that it has been mounted as a read only, because ISO is always in a read only mode, so that's fine. So let's come back to our PPT for the next command. And now the last command for this session is ls-iso. So it will list down all the RPMs or all the update packages for our reference, that what all the update packages are present in our ISO. So I'm coming back here, ls, since this particular ISO is mounted on ISO path, and you can see all the RPMs have been listed now. Okay, so these are all the update packages which are there inside our patch fp ISO. Okay, so these are the primary commands. We have not started the actual update till yet. Okay, so let's move on to the next step. Now we need to enter a couple of commands more. Next command is, we need to first exit from the shell access to come out from the shell access and back to command access. So first of all, I will just type clear and I will say exit. Okay, coming back here. So next command is, now we need to stage all our ISO update files or ISO update packages. Stage means we need to make it ready. Okay, we need to put it in a kind of an temporary installation folder. We need to make it ready for the installation. Okay, so this is the command, software packages stage. Software packages and then space stage. Okay, and then space double hyphen ISO space double hyphen accept ULAS. This is for accepting your end user license agreement. Okay, so let me just reconfirm these commands. Sometimes these commands are very confusing if you are primarily a Windows guy. So anyways, so accept EULS and again E in capital. Okay, now I will press enter, and now you can see it will start discovering our updates first, and it will start building up our update list and stage it. Now remember one thing, it will stage only those updates which are applicable with the existing product. Okay, you can see over here, once it is discovering updates, let's say it is having 100 updates example, but the applicable updates are only 70, so it will only stage those 70 updates. Okay, even if your that patch fp ISO is having 100 updates, so that's why it is showing update info using product 8.0.0 10,000 and build 20519528. This is the base version against which it is staging the updates which are all applicable only. I hope I am clear. Okay, so now it is downloading and staging those updates on our temporary file of our vCenter servers console. Okay, so it will take some time, so I am pausing this video as of now. Once this staging is completed, I will come back to you with the next step. Welcome back. So you can see now our staging process is completed successfully, and now we will move on to the next step. So coming to the next step, so this command 7 we have just completed. We have staged all the applicable vCenter updates. So next step is software updates list stage. So we will list down these staged update, means whatever the updates have been finalized for the updates for updating our vCenter server, that it will show. So come back here and you can see over here the staging process completed. So I will first clear the existing screen, and what will be our next command? List staged. Okay, so these are the patches or RPMs which have been staged for updating our vCenter server. Okay, and now the next command. So the previous command to list down the staged updates, and the next command is software packages installed staged. Now this is the actual command where actually it is updating our vCenter server. So here I will just put install and then double hyphen staged. So it will show that update is already staged, proceeding to install. So it will start the installation now for actually installing our updates for vCenter server. Okay, now you can see over here it is saying installing version 8.0.3 okay, running the pre-check, everything it will do, and then it will start installing the applicable updates. So this update process will take some time, so I'm just pausing this video as of now. Once this update is completed, I'll come back to you with the next step. So what I'm doing is I'm just making the videos for the main steps. So currently what you are saying is after the VMDR maintenance mode, it is performing the LVM based backup or rollback operation. So in case if the update failed or something goes wrong, it can always roll back to the original configuration. So now you can see over here it is preparing the system for update, and it is stopping the necessary services in order to carry out with your update operation. Now you can see it is setting up the appliance and photo on repository and installing our RPMS. Now this particular step will take some time to complete. This is the major step where the actual RPMs are getting installed, the update RPMs. Now it has moved on to the next step for setting up the appliance photon repo installation and RPMS we have already discussed. So it is currently installing your containers. That means the RPM containers, the update containers. Now it is converting the data as part of post install. Now here we need to be a bit careful, because anytime it will show the message that the installation is completed successfully and immediately it will reboot itself, means VMware vCenter server. So we need to be very careful. I can show you the video which is post after the reboot the installation has been done, but I need to show you that message. That's why I'm just grinding my eyes to the screen, and once that message comes I will just show you. Okay, now you can see the installation process is completed successfully, and now you can see that the system is getting rebooted automatically, the vCenter server. Okay, now after the reboot we will check the new version, how it is showing, and how we can verify that our vCenter server has been updated successfully or not. Okay, after the reboot it is asking us for the login, so I'm just logging with root credentials. Now first I will go to the shell access, and then we will check with our couple of commands which we have already used previously to check the new version. Okay, so the first command is vpxd space -v. So you can see over here it is showing the new version 8.0.3 and build is 246.74346. Okay, so this is the newer version. Now I will come out from the full screen and let's go back to our console login of our VMware vSphere. Let's see whether it is logging. Sometimes it will take some time after the reboot to log in with the web console. So let it take its time. I will just try after 5 minutes or so, and then we will try it again one more time. So by the time it is loading itself, let's go back to our PPT. So we have completed our command number 9, which is actually installing our software packages for vCenter server. Okay, so the update packages. Okay, so note the vCenter server will automatically reboot after the updates installation. That is also been done. I have shown you. Okay, now next step is we need to log on after the updates installation and automatic reboot. We need to log into vSphere vCenter server login page and check the vCenter version through menu administration system configuration option. So let me come back here. Now let's see whether it is able to log in now. Still taking some time because the updates have been installed just now, so let it take its time. Okay, so let's retry one more time. So I'm just launching the client, and now yes, it is loading the login screen. So I'm just putting administrator credentials, and now as it has been written, we need to go to the menu administration and system configuration. Okay, so I'll go to menu administration, and here system configuration. So it will show something like that. We have to expand it, and you can see the newer version 8.0.3 100 and then 500. Okay, so this is the newer version what we have updated through our command line. Okay, this is the third way to check it. Okay, and now one more last option what we can see over here. We can go to the inventory option, and here we will click on the topmost vCenter container, and here we can click on summary. Again, it will take some time to load, so let's wait for that, and then it will show the latest version over here after 1 or 2 minutes after loading or refreshing this particular page. Okay, so it has been loaded, and you can see over here, let me just maximize the version. It is showing 8.0.3, the build 246.74346. so this is the latest build. Okay, so we have updated it successfully. So vCenter server has been updated through our command line through our patch fp iso. Okay, so coming back to our ppt, so vCenter server should be running on your version that we have already verified 8.0.3 00500, and then this step also we have verified that through summary you can also see the latest version and build number. Okay, so new version of VMware vCenter server is 8.0.3 00500, and the build is 246.74346. This is what it is showing currently. Okay, so this completes this first module of updating your vCenter server through CLI mode, through your command line mode. Okay, in the next module we will see the same thing, means we will be again updating our old version 8.0.10,000 to newer version 8.0.3 through GUI mode. How to update through GUI mode, that option also we will see in the next module. Okay, thank you all for your time for watching this particular video. If you like this particular video from Swaroop IT Solutions, do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you once again for your timing. Have a good day.